What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Hey y'all. Girl, let me tell you something. I came right in that door. Okay, I ain't been home but 2 minutes. I came right in that door and put my stuff down and sat my ass down and turned this camera on because y'all like, I don't need y'all jumping me. Y'all already like, probably like, damn, where she at? Girl, we ain't got nothing to talk about for real anyway. I don't know what's been going on lately. The entertainment news ain't really been hitting. It ain't really been hitting, bitch. You know, um, maybe one day soon I'll do a live. Somebody just got real excited, like, oh my. I want to say I'll do it and then forget. No, I'm for real. Like one day, maybe soon, I'll do a live. I'll do a live, okay? And then we could just chop it up then. You know what I'm saying? For real, on these slow news days and when I'm feeling really rejuvenated. Girl, it wasn't nothing going on yesterday, so I had to wait another day to see if we can get some more news, and it still really wasn't nothing going on. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna put them through that. I'm not gonna put them through that. You know, they already cussing me out. How y'all been? Girl, it's been summertime shy out here. I'm a little confused, but I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me take that back because this had always been. Not let me take that back too, and let me shut the hell up because honestly, no. Gotta stay focused. It usually like I don't know. I don't know if it did it last summer. I mean last winter, but I know it was a time period where it seemed like everything was going great. Everything was going great, and then all of a sudden in February, like that last 2 weeks of February, or sometime in the middle, like around now, all of a sudden we'll have a snowstorm. But I guess we got all our snows out, so I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. We're about to be in March. Girl, we're about to be in March next week. Well, in a week. Okay, after next week, we're about to be in March. All right. Winter is almost over, girl. Winter is almost over. We made it. We making it. It was 60 degrees for the past couple of days. So it's still like Chicago. You come outside. I mean, people literally was in short sets, okay, or right sandals, okay, flip flops, shorts, and sweatshirt. For real, bitch. I like, girl, what's going on? Is it really that hot out here? It was. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was. Because I was walking around without my jacket, so it was cute. Y'all know I love it. Anyway, y'all, what's been going on? Shit. Bitch. Ain't nothing been going on. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So basically, we got a little bit of arrest. We got a little bit of updates, and we got a couple of deaths. God damn. That's a lot. That's a lot of morbidity. That's a lot of sadness. Okay, update. James Van Der Beek. Okay. Now, I still feel, you know, I ain't no negative person. Rest in peace. Mind you, I ain't never really watched, like I said, I never watched Dawson Creek and all that stuff. And I forgot he was in Friday Night Lights. Never watched that either, okay? I was in my era where if it's not black, I don't want to do it, okay? I had a couple of white shows here and there that I did watch. But when it came like to the teen dramas around that time, I didn't. Y'all was into the Dawson Creeks and the Gilmore Girls and stuff like that. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Um, as I used to do, I watched the Desperate Housewives. Okay, Desperate Housewives was a kid. I ain't even gonna hold you. Desperate Housewives was a kid. So I did watch that. There was a couple other shows that I did watch, but these shows I never got into it. You know what I'm saying? The girls got into the Buffys and shit like that. I never got into it. My uncle, God rest his soul, miss him so much. Buffy was the shit. Okay. Buffy and Charmed. My sister got up into Charmed and everything. They love that show so much. And I was just like, I don't get it, but okay. But then again, I used to watch Power Rangers, so there's that. There's that. I used to watch Power Rangers and all of that shit. So, here's what am I talking about? But anyway, can't yuck your yum. James Van Der Beek, he died last week. 48 years old, a colorectal cancer. I think that's ain't that like the colon and the anus, girl? Either the rectum. There it is. Yeah, just got fucked up. Okay, and basically, they was putting it out there that he had to sell a lot of stuff or whatever so that they can do the medical treatment and do the college fund, using the college fund for the medical treatment and all that stuff, whatever. Then the people start coming out. What's his name? Alfonso Ribeiro. Let me tell you something. When I pass away, or if I'm sick, and I'm like really, really sick, please, if we got pictures together, and I'm on my deathbed or whatever, don't post. Or if I'm really, really sick, and eventually I do get out of it, please don't post. Don't do that. Okay, like it gives. I get it, but at the same time, it gave attention. Like you just wanted people to know that I could have dealt without that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. All right. So we got that going on, right? And then they had to put up a GoFundMe. Now I did that whole spiel about how, and I still stand by it, they need to have better representation or whatever. Or I don't know, like for these actors, even if they're low grade, to be able to get insurance or whatever. And I thought they should be able to do that like through SAG-AFTRA and all that stuff or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not in the business, so what do I know? But they put up a GoFundMe, and baby, within 24 hours, that GoFundMe got $1 million, and it's probably over $2 million right about now. Here's my thing: if he got all these close friends in the industry and all of this stuff, they couldn't come. That's fine or whatever. See, I don't trust GoFundMe's for the most part, because people use that to scam, and it's very unfortunate. People use that to scam and just to get money out of people for and it don't even be for the real purpose. I just feel like if he had all these people in this, why don't they just go ahead and help and donate or whatever that way? But he made 1 point or probably almost 2, or if not more than 2 million. Then it come out saying that prior to his passing, that he had brought a $4.7 million ranch for the family. And that's mostly why they don't have the money too. It's one thing being cash poor, and I feel like that's what they are. I don't know. Then it came out, y'all just like to ruin stuff for people. Oh girl, they was posting and putting it around saying that, oh yeah, while we up in our sorrows, don't forget that his wife was an anti-vaxxer. I said, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? I said, wait, please don't, not now. I mean, I get it, but I already gave my condolences, and at the end of the day, that is a terrible way to go. Now, do I feel some way about the fact that he had to they put up a GoFundMe? Yes. Do I feel some type of way, or do I understand the negativity that's Yes. And we get that a lot from a lot of people too. People put up GoFundMes and people be like, don't you got insurance, and why you this and why? Well, obviously, when it comes to some people with their medical issues, we got to understand we live in this world. We live in the United States. You can have all the medical insurance that you got, and sometimes you still be struggling and you still need some help. So, yeah, it happens. But, y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. How do you feel about the fact that these celebrities sometimes, or the celebrity of his caliber, had to put up a GoFundMe? The family. Does the wife work or something? I don't know. Mind you, it's so crazy, and I find it so eerie. And I don't know, it just hits a little different when a celebrity passes, and then, or anybody in general, and then their latest work, the last thing that they worked on, comes out finally. Like, I literally just saw a trailer probably the other day of his last movie called The Gates, and I think it has Keith Powers in it. Somebody else in it or whatever, and he playing a villain. Bitch. I said, not you playing a villain, and you, girl. All right, so we supposed to root against you? We can't root for you now. But It looks like it's gonna be cute, you know, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about that. Also, unfortunately, another update. Remember Beauties for the Streets? I think that's her name. She went out there, yeah, Shirley Rhimes. She went out there, Beauty to the Streets. Yeah, she went out there, you know, feeding the homeless and, you know, making sure everything was okay and just being this wonderful person as she was. And she unfortunately passed away at the end of January. They found her in her home unresponsive. They did the autopsy and they came back and they said that she passed away from hypertensive heart disease. And this goes back to what we're saying, like, we got to take better care of ourselves, especially as Black people and especially as Black women, okay? We are so much more susceptible to certain type of illnesses and diseases. Unfortunately, it's just what it is. And we have to be hyper vigilant. I never forget this one time a few years ago when I was, you know, trying to take my health way more serious than I was at the time. And I was going to the doctor and I was reporting about going to the doctor here, going to the doctor there. And somebody gonna say in the comments about how, oh, you don't need to be going to the doctor for every single little thing and all this stuff or whatever. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And it was something that I really needed to go to the doctor and you should go to the doctor for to get checked out. And I'm like, how are you going to tell somebody not to go to the doctor for every single little thing? What? If I got an ache and the pain that won't go away, baby, I'm going to go to the doctor, okay? If I have some concern, I'm going to call my doctor up, and if my doctor said make appointment, I'm going to make an appointment because I want to get that squared away. And then a person like me, it's going to play on my mind until I do something about it. So I have to do something about it. Do not tell somebody, oh, you don't need to go to the doctor for every single thing. Yes, there is a such thing as being a hypochondriac, but I'd rather be that than to ignore something and then come to find out it really is something serious. Like, come on. You know, if you are taking like blood pressure medication, you know, and things of that stuff, please make sure you are on top of it and you don't skip. Bitch, let me tell y'all something. I ain't never heard somebody say something like this. And no, it's just the lighting, okay? I figured it out. It literally just, my light in here is really bad. It's just the lighting. And also, you know, when you put oil on your hair, the lotion that I put on my hair, or I say the grease I put on my hair, it just make it look like that's what it is, okay? It's not dirty. It's not grazed like that. So I gotta get my shit retwisted. And when I come back on here, you'll understand, bitch. I'll be in a whole new attitude. Y'all know how I be, bitch. I be thinking I'll be the fly shit as soon as I get that shit retwisted. And then when it be looking like this, I just feel so ugly. So ugly. God damn. Oh, but anyway, what was I saying? I was on TikTok and Instagram, because the dude be popping up on my Insta. He pops up on both accounts for whatever reason I'm not following. And I don't know if some of y'all, if you got TikTok and Instagram, you probably seen him too. It is this mukbang, if you even want to call him that. His name is James Bowler. I am so scared for that man, okay? I am so scared for that man because, oh my goodness. The way that he be ordering all that food and he be eating it, and most of the time I feel like he orders so much and I don't think that he eat it right away, but people can't tell whether or not he really just eating it right then and there, or if he's just ordering it to make it seem like it and he ordering it for like a lot of people in his household or whatever. I don't know, but he big as shit, okay? He's a bigums, you know what I'm saying? So people think he eating all of it, so you know, and it is what it is. It's scary. It's getting to a point. First of all, it was already getting to a point. It was already at the point of scaredom. I'm past scaredom. Like, I'm freaked out because, and not in a great way, you know what I'm saying? Because somehow his latest video popped up on my timeline, and that boy, it looked like, first of all, that he got a little bit bigger. Okay, he's, like I said, he's already big, you know, it looked like he got bigger. But what made me want to talk about this is because he said that his face was swollen because something was going on with his tooth. His tooth was infected or whatever. He said he went to the dentist. And they gave him some antibiotics. He said he took the antibiotics for a couple of days and he stopped taking it because, it really wasn't working. And his tooth was still hurting. This is a grown man. You and I and everyone else should know, if the doctors tell you to take medicine to fix a problem, just go ahead and take it until they tell you to stop. Okay? Now, when it comes down to antibiotics, it's not going to stop everything right then and there. I ain't never heard somebody start and then a day or two later stop it because, the pain's still there. Yes, bitch, you have an infection. It's trying to clear that shit out. What are you talking about? It's going to take some time. I said, oh my goodness. And then to see him trying to eat sugar. Krispy Kreme donuts. He had like this big ass box. I said, first of all, I didn't even know they made that shit. I said, oh my goodness. And he literally was slobbering out his mouth because his mouth was fucked up. And you still trying to stuff your... I just brought that up to say, take your medication, okay? Take your medication. Be on top of that. And do what you got to do. Go to the doctor, okay? May she rest in peace, Miss Shirley. And also, unfortunately, keep hope. Keep hope. Keep hope alive, okay? I am somebody. I am somebody, bitch. I will never forget when Reverend Jeff Jackson came to my school and girl, I don't know what he was up there talking about. No shade, I forgot. All I know is he had us chanting there at the end. And this was when I was in high school. I think I was a senior in high school. He showed up there. So that's like 2025. That was last year, 2005, okay? Let me get my dates together for somebody to be like, bitch, for real? Girl, he came up there and they was talking. He gave a speech. We was up in the auditorium. Oh, I miss my auditorium at my high school because the auditorium at our high school, it looked like a big ass movie theater, bitch. Okay, like the seats was everything, the stage and everything. Like it was tough. It was tough. It was cute, But anyway, yeah, he came up there and I was just like, And then all of a sudden, keep hope. He was like, I want you guys to say this, okay? Repeat after me. I am. He was like, I am somebody. I said, all right. I said, what did it lean on me? Anyway, unfortunately, he passed away. I think he was like 84 years old, but he was already sick. And we saw the decline in him. I think he had some type of what is it? They said peacefully he died on Tuesday. He was, he had a progressive neurological disease. He's a 2-time Democratic presidential candidate. Y'all know he was a civil rights activist, okay? Baby, he was out here in Chicago. Rainbow push, okay? Girl, he ain't without fault either. He ain't without fault. Let me tell you something. We got to get into the habit. I know that we want, a lot of people hold celebrities and activists and political figures and all these other people, whatever. We hold people into such high regards, right? And for some reason, in certain sectors and for certain people, certain celebrities, high officials, whatever you want to call them, sports stars, whatever, they, for some reason, get deemed untouchable. Like, you can't say nothing about them without you getting attacked, okay? Because it's like, oh my God, we can't have these black people up here without, and it's always our own trying to take them down and all this stuff. No, I don't believe in stuff like that, okay? I don't believe in stuff like that because at the end of the day, excuse me, Lord have mercy. At the end of the day, those same celebrities, high officials, or whatever you want to call them, people of power, they are human, which means they are imperfect, which means they are not above critique or criticism, and they make mistakes too. And it is okay to call it out and to reference it if we need to. It doesn't take away from the good that they did unless it's some fucked up shit like what's going on now, okay? But it don't take away from the good that they did. Like, if you cheated on your wife or whatever, you cheated on your husband, I mean, I'm gonna be like, damn, bitch, that's fucked up. Why would you do some shit like that? But I ain't gonna dog you out for real, and to be like, take away from the accomplishments that you did. You know what I'm saying? You just a cheating asshole. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? People cheat every day, B. But people really be acting like people are just so above criticism. And there are certain people in this industry that you cannot talk about without people saying shit. And I'm just like, what? What? I'm gonna talk my stuff, bitch. I don't care if I like you or not. All right? Y'all know I dog my girl out if I got to. I have. You know what I'm saying? She done a couple of things that I was like, girl, bitch, what the fuck is that? Dude, Tyler Perry, one of those people. Oh my God, y'all always try to do this, and we just got this black man, and it's just like, yeah, we want black people to succeed, but we don't want them to succeed doing mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all understand that it's okay to critique a person because that people need to hear that critique so that they can, and if they're real about it. If they're real about it and you're a real fan, that's what you do. You critique it out of love. You critique, give constructive criticism without being malicious. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to see them succeed. That's what you do. And you want to see their work improve. That's what you do. You're not trying to tear them down, because having people go through life and thinking that everything that they do is golden and it's not, that's a disservice to them. And that is not real. And you're not being real. You're putting up with the bullshit and you got a facade on, okay? And I don't understand that type of thinking. And the reason why, I'm going to get to it in a second. Because Jesse Jackson, he one of those people. I ain't saying he one of those people that's untouchable, but, people used to hold these, like, civil rights activists and all this stuff up in high regards or whatever, Because, like, when I found out that Martin Luther King was a hoe, too, I said, oh, my God, that's crazy. He still had a dream, dog. I said, bitch, what? What you want me to do with that? Do you want me to dislike the person just because they was a whore? Did we accomplish the mission that we accomplished? And I know it was a little bit deeper with that because, he was a reverend and all that shit or whatever, had a whole ass family or whatever. Yeah, that's back family union, okay? But he was a whore, but he came back home to his wife. I'm so sorry. Like, I hate the fact that I said that shit. I know how that shit sounds. I'm just joking, but at the same time, the man was a whore. But does that take away from what he stood for real, for the people in the civil rights? The civil right. I had to do a goddamn detox because I'm tired. I had these locks for how many years? I think it's like over 10 years now. I'm going to trim them down eventually because they have been breaking off the dead ones because, it gets to a point like that. Okay, you just pull it off and you just break it. And so I'm gonna trim them because, bitch, they a little heavy. And yeah. Anyway, I gotta do a detox, and I have yet to do a detox out of all the time I had these goddamn locks. And he gonna say, you gonna do a detox? Bitch, would you set me up for it? Anyway, it don't take away, back to what I was saying, it don't take away from what he did. That man had a dream, and he wanted us to be equal. You know what I'm saying? And it's somewhat cool. It's somewhat true right about now, we had a lot of people that had scandals. I just find it real interesting sometimes, though, when it comes to our black leaders who be all that pro-black stuff and they be having white wives and stuff. I'm like, that's interesting. But yeah, he did what he did, but he still had a dream and he still was out there on that front line, bitch. Montgomery, Alabama, March on Selma, whatever, Million Man March. We gonna take that away from him because he fucked around on his wife. No, Coretta still stayed. So fucking bitch. Like, what the fuck? Coretta better than me. Oh, can you imagine if social media was around back then? Bitch, I would have been like, God damn. And she would have been like, and this motherfucker, y'all up here going off and y'all following this man. Whole time this nigga up here cheating on me. Bitch, this is who you following. Can you imagine if she was like that? Oh my God, shit would have really went down. Hey, it is what it is. But I wish we had social media for real. The way, like, Twitter was popping. The way it's popping now, because Jesse Jackson had some shit, baby. I'll never forget that. Back in 2009, girl. Mm, 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 mm. That baby that he had out of wedlock on his wife. Woo! All right. Chicago was up in an uproar. I said, girl, what? Mind you, I'm a freshman in fucking high school. I said, what the hell is going on? Jesse Jackson did what? Oh, shit. The news. I mean, you couldn't turn on the news out here without hearing about it. I said, God damn, it was a lot. It was a lot. But you know, that ain't gonna take away from the stuff that he did good in the civil rights. Because I feel like every person got a bad side to him. It's a yin and a yang. Oh, who did yin and yang? Was that the Chinese? Mm-hmm. 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 They ate with that one. They ate with that one. Girl, you know I had to check my sources, okay? But yeah, Reverend Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. He kept hope alive all the way till the end. All the way till the end, and he is no longer her. May he rest in peace. Yeah. And talking about the whole above criticism thing, okay? Let's just talk about a little bit more this American Next Top Model reality check thing that was on Netflix, all right? So Netflix, and if you want me to talk, if you want to hear some more thoughts about it that I probably won't say on here or whatever, I did a separate video, so y'all can go over there and watch that. Now, when it comes down to Tyra Banks, this documentary was kind of polarizing, to be quite honest. Like, you literally saw half and half. Like, half of the people was like, damn, Tyra, you are fucking crazy. You wrong as shit. You this, you that. It was so negative. Like, the response was so fucking negative. And then the other people was like, well, I mean, how y'all getting mad at something that happened over the years ago or whatever? And okay, you didn't like something, move the fuck on. And, you know, Tyra don't give a fuck and all this shit or whatever. And y'all not gonna comfort Tyra and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. I don't like people that do that. You want to know why? Or I don't respect people that do that, because at the end of the day, like I said, no one is above criticism, and it doesn't matter what time, place, or whatever. Okay? If you put yourself out there into the public eye and you put out work, that work can be revisited time and time again. And we see that happening. Why do you think that people of today, and even in the early 2000s, 1990, whatever, why are you thinking as if you can't go back and you can't touch on stuff that happened, when we literally do the same thing and reference stuff that, you know, how things have changed from back in the 60s and the 50s and the 70s and the 80s. We're going to do the same thing. We're not exempt. Our time period is not exempt. People from our time period is not exempt from our generations, even if it was classics, shows that we watch. We go back and we watch Moesha and we realize how much of a bitch Moesha was. Did it take away from the fact that it was a good show? No. Did it take away? Listen, Moesha was a bad friend, okay? Moesha was the goddamn problem and Frank was the fucking villain, bitch. Because when I was young and Moesha came out, bitch, I did like Moesha a little bit. You know, a little bit. Did I necessarily truly 100% watch the show for Moesha? No. But I did like her for the most part. Frank, I was okay with him. When I started watching that shit as an adult, I said, well, absolutely the fuck not. Frank is a terrible daddy, okay? Because why would you call your daughter a whore just because she had a goddamn tattoo on her belly button and then she had a little crop top that really wasn't that much of a crop top, okay? It was probably an inch up over her belly. Okay, it wasn't even underneath here like this. Well, my titty down here. That's why it's not. Some of y'all got some things that be up here, bitch. I wish. Okay, I wish. But no, it wasn't even under her boobs. Okay, her whole belly wasn't out. It was like this much skin showing, and you called her a whore. What? And the whole time you the whore with a side baby. Okay, and you brought the side baby into your wife's home and made it seem like that was your nephew. Like, get the fuck out of here, Franklin. Are you serious? You win that haircut, you know? And then you got people like the Parkers. You know, I love the Parkers down. But you look at it as an adult and you're like, they really dumbed down. Like, Kim was like the funny comic relief for real on oh my God. what the show was. Moesha, I just talked about it. And she was the fat friend. She was the chubby friend. She played that position, right? And then you get her on her own show, and she already had like some. She was way smarter on Moesha. Then they put her on the Parkers on her own show, and they dumped her down to the max. Okay, I said, oh my god, as an adult, you're looking at it like this shit was funny as fuck as a kid. It's still funny now, but why did they dumb her down so much? You know, that's controversial. You know what I'm saying? Girl, that we can critique that. When you bring up Martin, okay, you could critique some of the stuff about that, and it is okay. It is okay. Does it take away from the fact that we enjoyed those shows and probably can still go back and still enjoy them, even though we know that there's some toxic things and problematic things that went down? No, it doesn't take away from that. You know? Same thing with American Next Top Model. This expose, if you want to call it that, which I really feel like, again, if I'm going to say it again, you find more deeper stuff from the people online or whatever on YouTube with those things. This whole shit with Tyra, baby, let me tell you something. Tyra said, bitch, I don't give a fuck. And see, that's the issue that people have with the show or with this docuseries that came out. It's because Tyra didn't take, when they say she didn't take accountability, and then you have people like, oh, so what do you mean she didn't take accountability? She admitted this and all this stuff. She really didn't. Okay. And even Jay Manuel, who did an interview with Entertainment Tonight, was like, I just wish she would have took the took the wall down, that performance down, and been more real. Then she would have never got the backlash that she got. And you could tell, especially when it came to the Shandy situation, that, she didn't remember it. Okay, she had to think about it, and you could tell she was thinking about it. And then it's the whole thing of, we know that she wasn't telling the 100% truth and being real about all of the stuff, because she was the producer, she was the executive producer, she was one of those executive producers on that show that had her hands in every fucking thing. Okay, and Tyra gives me that type of person that she has to have her hands in everything and know every single detail and everything that's going on, because that was her baby. That was her baby, and she was not going to let that go into anybody else's hands, and she not have a say-so in it either. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it gives, all right? And it's understandable, and it's okay to have that mentality at that, and to admit that that's what it was. And what people really just wanted her to do was to be like, yeah, that was really fucked up, and to let that performance part of her down, and just be real. Be a real fucking person, She's a narcissist. That's just really what it is, okay? I don't even dislike her. The bitch is kooky and funny as fuck to me, but at the same time, I can admit the show was problematic as fuck, okay? A lot of shit was problematic as fuck. Somebody go send me something in my DMs. I blocked them because what we're not going to do is victim blame, and what we're not going to do in 2026 is, if somebody is saying that they were blacked out, passed out, could not consent, and all of this stuff to a sexual act, and then you gonna come into my DMs and say, well, when she gave this interview or whatever, she was saying this and she didn't seem like this, and when she was on the show, it was performative. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck was going on, and you know that, bitch, maybe she wasn't comfortable enough, and she probably thought that she couldn't say it right then and there. Okay? It still don't mean that it didn't happen. Especially when you got other people around that's confirming that the shit happened. All right? Stop that shit. I don't know why you send me to the person that did that. You send me that like I was supposed to do what with it? Oh, okay. No, I just blocked you. Like, cause I don't, first of all, you weren't following me. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm gonna go with the victim. I'm always gonna be on that side. Like, come on. Like, no. And especially when you go back and you watch that shit, hell fucking yeah. And Tyra knew exactly what was going on. They said Tyra knew what was going on. And see, I feel like that's mostly where the criticism is coming from with Tyra, is with that incident. And yeah, bitch. But we do have to admit and understand, again, like, Tyra getting the buttload of the shit because it's her show and she was the face and she was the one that was most known out of the show. The other people, they were worse. They probably was worse. J Manuel, bitch, you was a mean bitch. Janice Dickinson, that Crip keeper bitch, she was disgusting. She was vile, okay? I don't know what the fuck that bitch had, but baby, you can stay there, okay? Because she was just ill. Ill, bitch. All the way. I said, why do you have to be so nasty to people? And it was like, if this is about, and I'm like, what was in the contract that made you keep Janice on for as long as you did, Tyra? Because at one point, Tyra couldn't stand that bitch either. And my thing is, I know we need, like, if we trying to change the world, okay, we trying to change the world in a way people, it make people lives a little bit different or whatever. We ain't got to do the same thing that was done to us. We got to make that shit better. So therefore, why are we living up to these standards and all this shit that it already set before us and not making our own? Get that bitch off the show. You know, that's what it was. And then you got other models or whatever coming out and basically saying that wasn't their experience and they respect Tyra. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you would respect her and feel that way when your stuff is going well. When your stuff is going well and your experience was different, and we have to understand that everybody's experience is not going to be the same, and we cannot invalidate that. I do not like it when people tell their experience and another person or people come out and be like, well, I don't know what they talk about because I had this. Okay, that's fine. Because they say it in a way of to cast doubt and be like, oh, they got to be lying. Now, I ain't saying that's how Eva said hers because Eva really just came out, but she was thankful for Tyra. And yeah, maybe she didn't have the experience that they had, but others had. But, you know, we can't invalidate. And I'm talking about the general public because people act like multiple things can be true at the same time. I don't understand why people can't get that. You could criticize somebody. Don't mean that you dislike them. Don't mean that you're taking away from their accomplishments and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you could also tell there's multiple truths, you know. The show was good for the most part. It did not age well, you know. A lot of us didn't understand all of this stuff was going on because a lot of us, when we first started, we were young. We were kids. We wasn't thinking that deep. You know what I'm saying? We're more aware now of things that's going on and, you know, especially what's happening in the world now. So, yeah, we see the shit, right? And then what made it so bad is Tyra didn't give a fuck. Tyra said, I mean, the shit happened or whatever, and it's on production. It is what it is. I ain't talking to J Manuel. I mean, probably we do need to have a conversation. I'm not going to speak on him on this show. We will have a face-to-face. Never had the face-to-face. You know, Miss J had a stroke. I ain't seen that bitch in years. I'll see her later. I ain't seen her yet. Miss J can walk a couple of steps now. All right? And she still ain't seen her yet. I said, goddamn, bitch. You know? It's performative, you know what I'm saying? But all of that to say, this is promo, so we can go ahead and get y'all to watch American Next Top Model Cycle 25. Bitch, what? I said, Tyra, come the fuck on, bitch. Y'all gonna watch. Y'all standing up. Y'all know y'all gonna watch that shit. Because either y'all gonna hate watch because you want to see what's gonna happen, or you gonna watch it because you really want to watch it. And I mean, it is what it is. We didn't all hate watch some shit. Okay, we all did some stuff like that, and then sometimes just fuck around and actually like it. But girl, I'm not finna watch it. I'm not even finna try, cause girl, I'm past the reality shows. I am so past the reality shows, like competition stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had to clear that up. I didn't even watch this season of The Traitors. Girl, I just didn't want to. I did not want to. Okay. First of all, I didn't want to get so highly invested. Because, well, I ain't gonna say highly invested. You wanna know what ruined the competition shit for me, for real, dog? I watched Love Island, and the way y'all asses acted, and I'm talking about the Love Islander fans. The way y'all acted during and after that show, I said, oh my God, this is crazy. What is going on? Why are y'all acting like this? It's a show about people that just get on there to kiss. They regular everyday people. They don't even have a real talent. Like, what's going on? Like, why are you so hard? Like, standing so... Hey, it's weird. Y'all bitches are weird. You know? And so then you got traders coming on. I ain't got time for that. Them motherfuckers is fucking. Yeah. Anyway, you know, when you know some shit. Anyway, I'm gonna let that go. But yeah, girl, I was just like, what was I looking at? Yeah, Traitors. I said, girl, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Because after the first couple of episodes came out, you know, when they put that first batch out, oh yeah, I was already cutting up, and I said, you know what, I'll just probably watch the reunion. Okay, I'll just probably watch the reunion. That's the least I can do, and that's the most I can do at this point, you know. But yeah, girl, the competition shows, I cannot. Like, I wasn't even an American Idol girl. I was not even an American Idol girl. I didn't watch American Idol when Fantasia was on there, when Jennifer Hudson was on there, when all the black people that was on there that won. I didn't watch it. You know, I didn't watch it past the audition. Because that was the best part of the show. Nowadays, it look like every time I see a clip of American Idol and they got the audition, everybody go through. It could be wrong, but the ones that I be seeing, I be like, oh my God, everybody got talent. Wow, what the fuck is going on? Bring back the ones where the people are just crazy. You know damn well you don't sound good. Get the fuck, and it's just comedy. That's what I used to watch it for. Okay, did I watch it when I did, and I watched the finale when Fantasia won. You know, I remember the whole situation that went down with Jennifer Hudson and how that whole, when the phone lines went down, cause I don't know if it was a storm or something out here, bitch. Shit was fucked up on Jennifer Hudson's side, but Jennifer Hudson got the last laugh, okay? Jennifer Hudson got the last laugh. Oh, bitch, you want to know what show I used to watch too, though? I used to watch American Next Dance Crew. Oh, that was a show, bitch. That was a show. I used to watch, oh my God. What was the dance show that used to come on Fox? Dude, the little Nigel, he was on there. Nigel, is it Nigel Lithgow? He got, Paula Abdul. Oh my God. Kid of the Great was on there. Oh, what the fuck? America's Got, no, that's not. Did I watch America's Got Talent? I watched a couple of episodes, never watched the whole season. Oh my God, Paula Abdul and Nigel. What was the show? Time? Oh my God, American Idol. No, not American Idol. They wasn't on there together. Y'all know the dance show they used to come on Fox. Not Dancing with the Stars. I never watched that shit. Even when Lil Kim and it was on there, girl. Oh my God, dance competition show. Let me just put that up. I'm sorry, y'all. It's gonna bother me, and then somebody is screaming in the in the comments like, it's this. Give me a second. You know I'm gonna find it. So you think you could dance, bitch? There it is. So you think you could dance. So you think you could dance? I looked at. Until I stopped watching it, that was one of the competition shows that I actually watched through and through. And I actually enjoyed, okay? Because they was dancing their ass off on there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, you do what you gotta do. It was entertaining. I liked it. You know? But, yeah, girl. Tyra said, fuck y'all. She really did, and it's fucked up though. But again, you can still like Tyra Banks. Ain't nobody telling you that you gotta cancel that lady. I'm not canceling her. I still fuck with the bitch. I just know that the bitch is crazy and not to be trusted. That's what it is. Tyra is about herself, okay? And some of y'all are the same way. So hey, not giving pass. I'm just putting it out there. What else is going on? And speaking of like Jennifer Hudson got the last laugh, that lady she's an EGOT, okay? She's EGOT. And everybody's shows getting canceled but hers. Congratulations. Let me be honest with y'all, girl. I ain't watched Sherry show. I ain't watched Jennifer Hudson show. Girl, I ain't even watched Sherry show when Tina Knowles was on there. Now let me take that back. I did watch Jennifer Hudson, not the whole show. Excuse me. I watched it when Victoria was on there. That's it. Victoria Monet was on there. Other than that, girl, please. I synced that clip when she was trying to sing one of the Beyonce songs. I was like, wrong key, bitch, wrong key. Oh my God, has she ever put out a gospel album? Bitch, I will fucking buy that. Okay, I don't want to hear pop shit from Jennifer Hudson. No shade. I will, and I'm not even a gospel person. I'm not a church going person, and y'all know that. But if she put out a gospel album, baby, I will buy that in a second, like hardcore cash. Okay, it just gives that. And if she did, put it down in the comments so I can go. Well, I could look it up. I just don't feel like it. But if she was to do that, I will support it 100%. 100%. What else is going on in the news? Right? The fuck is wrong with Ray J? Is it real? Ray J, okay, Valentine's Day happened. It was a Valentine's Day. I don't know if it was on Valentine's Day or whatever. He had a Valentine's Day concert or some shit like that. He got up there on that stage and he was singing. How many songs does Ray J got that he could do an actual show to? I ain't gonna hold you. Ray J got a couple of songs that I used to bump, okay? Sexy kid. That shit used to be my shit. Y'all like One Wish. I like everything else after One Wish. One Wish, I couldn't stand that shit. Okay? And then I realized he really can't sing. Like, he can. That's what he is. Like, compared to Brandy, he can't sing. Okay? So there's that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, he just had some good production. But yeah, bitch, he got up there on that stage, did his songs or whatever, and I think he was doing One Wish, and he had took his shirt off and showed that he had a heart monitor on, and I said, what the fuck is happening? He said these bills got to get paid. I said, oh, okay, you don't think you want to be a little bit more careful and put that shirt back on so your heart monitor can be secure? Because now apparently somebody stole it, somebody snapped. Like, what? How do you do that? What? And why would you do that? Because he did come down there to the crowd and interact or whatever. And you mean to tell me once you had your stomach out like that? I love a confident big bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling him that. I'm calling big bigums that can just go out and just be having their gut out and their arms out, because I just ain't got that confidence yet. And I don't think I ever will. I'm too self-conscious, bitch. I can't even get on this goddamn screen and just do a video without mentioning stuff that I feel like y'all gonna point out or whatever. I got to give an explanation for it before you get to it and all that stuff. Oh my God, I be wanting to do that so bad. Like, I be wanting to go downstairs. I just be wanting to go downstairs. It just be free, like, have my arms out. I was no, I gotta have on something. You know. Because then I see other ones and I be like, oh, I wish I could do that. I just ain't got that confidence, bitch. Oh, I hate myself sometimes when it comes to shit like that, my confidence level. Oh my God, it just be like, ugh, build it up, bitch. That's why I love, you know who I really like? I like Jay Lee Corner on here on YouTube. Jay Lee, oh my God, like that's a confident. I love it, bitch. She do full body pictures and all that in videos or whatever. She don't give a fuck. Girl, I'm trying to get like her. I'm trying to get like her, bitch. Okay? Motherfuckers gonna talk about you either way. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just embrace that shit one day. Bitch, one day. I don't know. Okay? Like, and I feel like I just be make it worse. I make myself seem worse than it is. And it's not. It's not. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Shirley that was at the job yesterday. You know. Came into the job. Guys tired as shit, and the job just opened up. Cause again, I'm at work and I'm doing every fucking thing. Because a slow bitch can't. Let me not. But yeah, I had to help this patron, and you know, she was like, "Yeah, they help me." You know, I watch her YouTube, whatever. I was like, you know what? Wait, okay, cool. And you know, every time y'all tell me some shit like that, y'all make my y'all brighten my day, bitch. And it was already a bright day yesterday, so I was like, oh, you know, it's really nice. It really feels nice, you know. But anyway, yeah, girl. So what was I talking about? Right, Ray J. Bitch, you walking around with a heart monitor on, and you are jumping in the crowd, and somebody yanked that bitch off your chest. And when you do a heart monitor, it's not injected in you or whatever. It's probably like taped onto you. Now let me tell you something. Speaking of going to the doctors and being a hypochondriac, but no, I really needed to. This is how I found out I had anxiety too. Because I used to have little palpitations and all this stuff. A bitch used to be thinking I was dying or whatever. But this really was after I had that anxiety attack when I was at work. The very first anxiety attack that I ever had. The very fucking first anxiety attack I ever had. And I used to work at, I was 2 locations ago. I used to work at McKinley Park Branch Library, right? And I was up there putting some stuff up. Next thing you know, I don't know, I was on the phone. We was trying to get something. I was trying to make sure I got it. And I was just like, oh my God, I ain't gonna tell you what it was that we was trying to get. But, and if you know me, you probably already figured it out. Okay? Just think back, And then we finally got it. So we was stressing out for it. Finally got it. And I was like, I got the call. I was like, yeah, we got it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know. Like, for some reason, it just all came down. And I just felt myself breathing a little bit harder, right? I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I said, it's just beating, bitch. I'm sitting in the back trying to calm it down, girl. I'm trying to calm it down. Couldn't calm it down. Bitch, I'm trying to breathe, and it just really wasn't happening. And then I said, I did not want to do this. And I said, I think I need somebody to call an ambulance. Bitch, that's embarrassing, okay, at work. So the ambulance did come, and obviously, they checked my pulse and all that shit. They said, girl, everything is good, bitch. What's going on? I said, girl, I don't know. That's why the fuck y'all are here, And so, like, let's take it to the hospital. Did they carry me out on the stretcher? No, they had me walk out, and I was walking out like I was fat as shit. So I was like, what the fuck? I get in the back of the ambulance, like I climbed up in that bitch myself, get up in the ambulance. I'm just chilling in that bitch. And we spent the night at the hospital. They said, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you or whatever. EKG good, your heart good as shit. Like, your heart is good. I said, oh, because when you a bigger bitch, you be thinking, oh, okay, maybe. But they said, oh, bitch, everything clear. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was like, so we going to give you this monitor. Go down to your primary care. Get this monitor. I think it's called like a Holter monitor or some shit. And so you go 24 hours with it or whatever, so we can, he's like trying to keep track of your heart. That's what Ray J was saying. That's why he said, if anybody see who took that bitch, okay, I need you to give it back, because it was been monitoring for the past few weeks or whatever, what's going on with his heart. That's like keeping a record, because he did say that his heart is only at 25%. And so, yeah, then he have to start over if you don't, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. But, yeah, I had that on for like 24 hours, 24 or 48 hours. Couldn't put a bra on. I was like, let me do this on the weekend so I ain't got to go just all loose in there, loosey-goosey and all that shit. Couldn't wash all that because of the way they had it. I was like, oh, bitch, I had to do a whole bath, okay? Because you couldn't get it wet, I was like, okay. And so when I get to the turn it back in, they was like, no, bitch, ain't shit going on. You got anxiety, bitch. That's just really what the fuck it was. It's some anxiety shit going on. I said, oh. Well, see, they could have found some stuff, and thank God that they did it. But, pop a little pills, you all set. Okay, you're good. And so, Ray J being out there like that, and then for his eyeballs to be bleeding, bitch, when I saw that shit cut down, I said, what the fuck is going on? And y'all be calling everything demonic and shit. I said, what about that? I said, no, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Stop it. And it was just going, and he just kept on. He just kept on. I said, is he for real? I'm so fucking sorry, y'all. I said, is he for real? Because honestly, I really didn't feel like he was telling the truth about him finna pass, only got a little short time. And I really still don't feel like he got a little short time, okay? Do I feel like his heart could be damaged? Yes, because he did suffer from pulmonary embolism at one point. He did, the pneumonia, that the lungs and shit and all that stuff. Everything is connected, bitch, okay? So you got to get yourself together. So you got all that together, whatever, and then you the drug use and alcohol and all that stuff and everything else that he probably been doing to his body. Yeah, like you got to get it together, everything in conjunction. So I'm like, yeah, I could see something going on, but do I think it's that drastic? No, because I didn't see people that do, and it's so crazy. You can't compare another person or yourself to another person in the same position, because I was just about to say, I have seen people who have done way worse things and for way longer than what Ray J has done, and they just free and clear. Like, what? It always be that way, right? So I'm like, is it really? And then I'm like, well, why the fuck would his eyes be bleeding? What would make your eyes bleed like that? And so when he was pulling up the sunglasses or whatever, and it was just right here, I said, did they poke something or whatever? Did he have a little surgery or something? Like, what's going on? And then the people was trying to say that it was fake. I think a videographer up there for the show, whatever, tried to say it was fake. Then you got Princess in the comments saying, no, it was real. And then his manager coming out talking about something, these artists got to work. The show must go on. You got to keep working, even if you sick or whatever. I mean, yeah, but what? What? I want to see that. I'm sitting there. I don't want to go through those motions while I'm not, I want to keep grooving. I want to keep having, I don't want to be, no, okay, don't do that. Bitch, and speaking of that reaction, first of all, why are y'all still going to Trey Songz concerts in 2026? All right? Y'all can't let that nigga go just like y'all won't let that other dude go. But yeah, girl, Trey Songz was up there. Jay Songz was on that goddamn stage, and he had a fucking do-rag on with a baldy underneath it. I said, what was you trying to do? Keep your scalp warm? Because what was the rag going to do at that point? You really, really tried it, Tremaine. Tremaine, you tried that shit. I don't know what he thought. Now, I ain't mad at him for cutting his hair, okay? I ain't mad at him for cutting his hair because I feel like, you're 41 and you're still walking around with cornrows like that. You're childish cornrows, okay? Mind you, somebody said they don't care that he cut his hair because them cornrows ain't never grow. Like, every time we seen him in cornrows, it was always the same goddamn length. And you know what? You ain't never lied. I'll never forget when Jay-Z did his little free locks. Okay, he did his little freeform locks. And for a good few years, them motherfuckers was still the same length. And I said, what's the point? What are you doing? What's the point? Cut that shit. Because I said, wait, I don't get it. Because it's not growing. What's happening? Oh my God. Hold on. Eric Dane passed away, y'all. Dr. McSteamy. Fuck all these diseases, bitch. What the fuck? Like, we knew he was sick, and it was like he just told us, and it just, ever since he told us he was sick, bitch, it just kept going and going and going. It was like progressive real fast, bitch. Bitch, James Vanderbeek just died last week. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lou Garrison's disease. Oh my God. ALS. Girl, that just threw me. You know, condolences to his wife, Rebecca Gayheart, and his kids, and the rest of his family. Bitch. Like, that shit just pissed me the fuck off, bitch. Like, they just threw me off, and it just pissed me off because I wasn't expecting it, bitch. Well, not now. Not now, you know? Like, oh my God. And it's like, everybody keep going and keep dying except... May you rest in peace. All right. Ray J, get your shit together, bitch. Trey Songz, let me try to get back. Trey Songz pour that... Trey Songz pour that goddamn do-rag off, and the crowd was like, yay, Trey, bitch. He pulled that do-rag off, and they was like, I want a refund. That man just died. Eric Dane just died, bitch. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, what's his name? Trey Songz, you really, girl, just throw me off my game. Just throw me off my game. I actually watched his shit. Okay, remember when he was the daddy up in Euphoria, and was, dude, we saw why the son was acting the way he was, because the daddy was ain't shit like that too. Why ain't he fucking around with Hunter? Girl, bitch, I see what the fuck is going on. Anyway, may he rest in peace. Oh my God, he was 53 years old. 53 years old. They said Angela Bassett, Niecy Nash, George Lopez came to see Miss J, but not Tyra. Angela B. Bassett? Wait, oh, Lord have mercy. But anyway, moving on from that, I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all, that threw me off so bad. Bitch, now imagine if this would have been live. Somebody was like, bitch, you could have did this live. I know. Girl, I probably would have cried. Don't. I ain't even finna hold you. That really just hit me because I wasn't expecting it, okay? I actually like Eric Dane, bitch. I hope he wasn't problematic. Anyway, Lil Durk, y'all forgot about him? He's still up in the Fed custody, baby. His court case for to happen in April in Los Angeles, and they're about to use his lyrics against him. And let me tell you something. I know it's creative expression or whatever, and I know the peoples was fighting for it. You know, not being able to use lyrics against each other, against a person when they get arrested and all that stuff. But can y'all stop putting y'all crimes in y'all songs? Because a lot of y'all do that shit, knowing damn well that the government is trying to use that shit against you. Like, what the fuck? Now a couple of these songs gonna get against him. Like, what? Like, you brought this on yourself. Because if they couldn't get it with what's his name, Young Thug, they damn sure finna do it for Lil Durk. And I feel like Lil Durk got a higher chance of not getting out than whatever the shit that happened with Young Thug. Oh, it's definitely not finna happen for Lil Durk. Okay? Hell no. My motherfucker finna go to jail. Okay? But yeah, y'all. Rashee Rice from the Kansas City Chiefs, wide receiver. This is again why I keep on saying I don't understand. You know, you get with a football player and you get with an athlete for real. You doing that, especially a football player or a boxer or somebody like that. They use their body. They use their bodies, and they used to getting pounded on and pounding others. Anyway, that you're doing that shit at your own risk. Okay, you are taking a fucking risk because these motherfuckers are crazy. Why can't you keep your hands to your goddamn self and can't take out your anger when you get out on the field to the niggas, okay? But you gotta beat your wife. You gotta beat up on your girlfriend. Baby, she came out and she said It's a new legal battle with his longtime girlfriend and the mother of two of his kids, Dakota Jones. She filed a civil lawsuit alleging severe abuse. Said that he continued to repeatedly assault her over the course of their relationship, choking her, strangling, scratching, hitting, You headbutting? Boom! You headbutting? Are you serious? Bitch, we ain't on the fucking field. You don't headbutt your woman, the mother of your child? Like, what the fuck is going on? Boom! Like, what the fuck? Are you a goat? Are you a ram? Are you an animal? No, you're not. You're a man. Don't do that. Anyway, over a 19-month period during 2023 of December to July 2025, these allegations, amongst other violent and abusive behavior that includes throwing objects at her, punching walls, breaking furniture. She said she suffered bleeding, swelling, bruising, and pain and injury, physical injuries to multiple parts of her body, and alleged on many other incidents occurred while she was pregnant. Lock him up. Lock him the fuck up. Okay. She said then she showed the pictures on IG. She's seeking more than $1 million in damages. And mind you, he got a new relationship with Ruby Rose. Ruby fucking Rose, girl. We be wanting to... I can't even root for... I don't want to say that we be trying to root for you because I don't. Listen, here's the thing. And even if I were that type of person that would want to root for somebody of your caliber and your character, I can't because you would be a fucking disappointment each and every time. You have a thing for abusers and known abusers. Why do you keep doing that? You go from one to the next to the next. And then it's like, it's okay if you didn't know that the first one was one and you found that out when you got into that relationship. But then you move on to the next one that you know is one. And then to the next one that we all know is one because it's all... Can't save them all. Can't save them all. But lock his ass up. And speaking of, bitch, y'all seen that shit that's going on with Fantasia and her daddy? I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I ain't even know Fantasia daddy was still alive. The lady don't talk about him, okay? I just thought the man was dead. You know, no shade. I don't like to wish death on people, but I just didn't know he was still with us in this realm. You know, he came out in a video, I think that he did a Facebook Live or something. You know what, the old people. You know, we will go on TikTok Live, okay? Our parents and grandparents will go over there on Facebook. Okay, that is their Twitter. All right, that is their TikTok. They will go live in a minute and ain't talking about shit. Girl, I'm just going to the grocery store. Gotta get these peaches and all that. Bitch, can you turn it off? FaceTime your friend. FaceTime your daughter. Okay, that's just really what it is. But they want to let everybody know what's going on, so I get it. But he basically called out his daughter's husband, right? So, I don't know if it was a concert or some shit, whatever that Fantasia was doing. And I think it was like 11 years that her and her man has been married. He interrupts and goes up on the stage, or I don't know if this was planned. I don't know what it was. And he basically reproposes to her again. They're already married, so he's like about to do a little vow renewal for their 11 years. So I said, 11? That's an odd number. Well, technically that is an odd number, but that's an odd year to do. What about 15 or what about 10? That's strange, but okay. And he reproposes with an 11 karat ring. 11 karat diamond ring. I said, 1 carat for each year. Okay. So the daddy comes out and basically was like, yeah, I want my daughter to get away from this man. This man is not to be trusted. People talking about the money being missing, where the money coming and all this stuff, whatever. And basically that dude is not a good guy. He's playing her, he's using her, and all of that. Fantasia comes out. I think she put out his mugshot and all this stuff. And, at one point, this is what she said. She wrote, "This has gotten out of hand. I can't even call you dad or a father. You are a donor." Okay? She said her and her mother previously covered her for her father to make them look like an okay man. But that she's done pretending because now you have come for my king. As soon as she kept on saying, my king, I kind of clocked out. And it just gave, Fantasia is very male centered. Y'all gotta understand that. She really is. A lot of the church girls are, so there's that. Saying that, how can someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all of our companies? Okay. She said she planned to go live and she wanted to talk about everything that was going on, and called the romantic jester, after the daddy had called the romantic jester a fake bullshit. Just basically what it is. And he said, if she don't talk to me no more, it's because I'm trying to help her, and that's God. She gonna have to deal with God for that. Now, on the one hand, I can understand Fantasia getting upset about, a father figure or somebody that's supposed to be my daddy, somebody that's supposed to be a father figure that really don't do shit, ain't never did shit for me, and all of a sudden you want to come out and you want to critique my relationship and my marriage and all this stuff, and who the fuck are you to do that? Who gives you the authority? And you ain't shit. You ain't shit. But then on the other hand, we already know, even if this was going on, she's not gonna come out and be like, yeah, daddy, you right, or whatever. She gonna stand by her man and to keep up the appearances. Also, at the same time, the daddy could be right. Because again, it take an ain't shit nigga that's tall out of ain't shit nigga and to spot an ain't shit nigga. And he an ain't shit nigga. And again, why we doing all this for 11 years? Again, it's an odd number to me. It's an odd number to me. And somebody brought up the fact that, Louis Farrakhan had to call that man out, and I saw the clip too. I was like, oh my God. And I'm talking about her husband. I said, ooh, yeah, it's giving. It's giving. I can see both sides. Honestly, I hate to be a both sides seeing type of bitch, because it's just what I am. But I can understand both sides. Don't nobody want you. You think you up in bliss. You want to be in bliss or whatever. You want to put the wool over your eyes and just go through life like you can't see the shit that's going on. And you just like, bitch, I don't want nobody talking about my marriage. I'm going to be if something's going on, I'm going to be the one that put that shit out there, right? Okay. But yeah, girl, I could see niggas do be playing people. And Fantasia really ain't had the best track record of men. I mean, did we forget about Mr. T-Mobile? Baby, before Tim and Brene, that was Mr. T-Mobile and Fantasia. But see, I don't know if Fantasia really initially knew about his other woman. And she got sued for the same thing. Because they in the same state. That dude does alienation of affection and shit like that. Y'all remember that? And I don't even want to, that ain't even nothing to like joke about, because Fantasia went through a lot doing that. Like, I think either she had an attempt on herself or she was going to. It was a lot that went down during that period. And she got out of it. I really just want people to be happy. I don't want people to play people. I don't want people to do none of that. I just want people to love. I be so harsh sometimes, and I feel like that. But in reality, I just want people to love. Like, come on, can we all just get together and group hug and love? Like, why do we have to play each other? Why do we have to have accusations? Why do we have to hurt each other? Baby, we just can't love on each other? Gosh. Am I becoming soft? Oh my God, am I becoming soft? Better toughen the fuck up, bitch. No. Anyway, also, Shia LaBeouf, you deserve to get your ass whooped. Now, let me tell you something. Shia LaBeouf, y'all really tried to make it seem like he was coming back or whatever when he was out on that red carpet. I don't know what year that was. He popped back up and they was praising it. And, oh, look at him. He looks so nice. And I said, did y'all not forget what he did? He's an abuser. Okay? FKA Twigs and all the shit that he did to her. Yeah, and they was in a lawsuit and all of that because of that. I said, hell the fuck now. All right, even Steven's my ass. He's no longer that. The man got problems. He got problems. I didn't even know he was in another relationship, and they just broke up. And it seemed like he probably was doing some shit up in that relationship. And that's probably why he fucking fell off the goddamn wagon. And now you're down there in Mardi Gras showing your ass, okay? Showing your ass and getting that same ass whooped, okay? Bitch, let me tell you what it said. That's what I found out. So, basically what had happened was he had started calling some of the victims that was whooping his ass, okay, calling them gay slurs. I said, oh my God, you calling in the F word? So you that type of bitch? You that type of person? I said, oh, well, do you deserve it even more? You know, he allegedly called 2 men the F word multiple times while striking them with closed fists, and it didn't stop there. He continued to spew these slurs at them when the cops came and all that stuff. It was one of them that was like, bitch, I'm even trying to fight your ass. I'm not even trying to fight your ass. And then dude went on ahead and punched, Shia had punched him in the nose and all that stuff. And, you know, the nose, could have been dislocated or whatever because he punched him, and they went to town on his ass. Bitch, you are embarrassing. That should be your bottom. That should be your what is it? That should be your bottom. Cause you got film getting your ass whooped. And he was fucked up that whole time he was down there. He was fucked up and on edge that whole time. Bitch, get that man some help. Okay? Get him off the streets, you know? And Cam Newton, please. How do y'all keep on giving these men and these people fucking podcasts? And why do y'all listen to them? And why do y'all be just, is it because y'all listening to them because y'all know they gonna say something stupid? Or do y'all really be heeding what they be saying? Because this man who has 9 kids, multiple baby mamas, is parading around a girlfriend who wants to be a wife so bad, and you keep on getting on your podcast each and every fucking time and embarrassing this girl because she allows it. She's allowing it. She's allowing it because she had multiple opportunities to leave. You got a baby bound. Now you got 2 probably. And, you know, child support. You know, he'll have to take care of it. So that, you really must love his stinking draws in the way that he treats you. Because ain't no way in hell you not going to, I'm finna sit here and listen to you talk about my relationship, talking about how you not going to marry me because you don't feel this and all this shit or whatever. He don't want to marry that girl. He just stringing her ass along. And I feel like he gonna keep her until she jump up off the train because it's almost as if he putting all this shit out there so that she can get the hint to fucking break up with him. That's what it looked like because he don't have the balls to break up with her. That's what it's giving, you know. And it's giving, bitch, I'm eventually gonna cheat on you if I haven't already. Okay, that's what it's giving to. You know, you talking about how you can't be friends with women because, you know, you don't believe in that platonic. I said play fucking tonic. First you can't say eclectica. Now you can't say platonic. You put a whole wop in that bitch. Platonic. And you broke that shit up. Platonic. I said, oh. You can't be platonic with a person, with a woman, because you always want to fuck. Now that says a whole lot. That's very predatory, you know, if you ask me. That gives, you know, and why would I want to be friends with, or why would I want to be in a relationship with somebody like that? Jasmine, what's going on? Let that go. You hear what he's saying? You hear what he's saying? He can't be around a woman without wanting to fuck him. And if he can't fuck him, he don't want to be around him. Bitch, why are you? They ain't talking about some women value decreases by the number of kids that they have or the number of partners that they have or whatever. Mind you, I hate, like, why we keep on portraying these fucking double standards in 2026. A woman is a whore because she has had multiple partners, and if a man had the same partners, he's not. If, like, bitch, you a whore too. If that's the case, let's do equality of the fucking sexes and say, bitch, if I'm a whore, you a whore. Okay? You the one that has 9 kids. Oh my God, like, why do y'all listen to this shit? All right, y'all, I can't even listen to it for fucking goddamn, and who told him to dress like that? When did he start dressing like that? What is going on? And then he's saying all this and his glasses crooked as shit. Like, what the fuck? Can you straighten that bitch out? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, wait. Niggas had kids on, so they think they know everything. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Okay? What else is going on? Bitch, Eric Dane really just died. Like, what the fuck, man? Y'all see how that just threw me all the way out. Girl, former Prince Andrew. Did y'all see that picture of him in that backseat of that car when after he got arrested? Bitch, imagine waking up being like, yes, I feel so good today because it's my birthday, bitch. Finna get into some things. And the things that you finna get into is a jail cell. That's what this dirty, nasty, evil, foul ass, disgusting, predator, pedo ass get. Okay? That's what you fucking get. So he got arrested on his birthday earlier today. All right? Because he lied about the extension of what he was doing with that Epstein dude, and the communication and the stuff that he was giving him, secret shit that he said he wasn't and all that stuff. And mostly because he was over there in the island playing around. Listen, they are not playing over there in Europe about the people that's on that list. They are getting their asses up out of there. They're arresting people. How come we can't do that over here? Huh? How come they can't do that over here? Like, what is stopping it? Oh my God, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, this is what we have become. Anyway, Andrew, or former Prince Andrew, because they stripped his title away. And truth be told, he should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being like, oh yay, because this should have been happening years ago when they kicked him out the palace. Now they just now stripping his title away. And I'm like, y'all still letting this shit go on. Y'all still letting this shit go on. You letting him get away with it. Bitch, he was in the backseat of that car like, I was like, someone, you was shook in the motherfucker, ain't it? Yo, last years of your life, you got away with all this dirty shit. And your last years of your life, it'll be stressed the fuck out because you about to go to jail, bitch. I hope they throw him under, and everybody else, okay? But girl, oh, Lord have mercy. My stomach hurts so bad. Let me tell you something. Having a gallbladder, that's the drawback. I haven't been having no problems with my acid reflux. And I've noticed that usually, or my bowel reflux, because I had bowel mostly, because that's what I used to be regurgitating. Like, I couldn't eat. I used to have to clear that out before I could eat. Ugh, it's so irritating, And I'm surprised my esophagus is not damaged, but hey, Lord is looking out for me. Haven't had to do that in a long time, and I'm like, thank God. I just realized that I haven't did that. And part of the reason that fixed that is because I got my gallbladder taken out. But with the gallbladder, you just get gassy as fuck. I'm being real with y'all. Like, we damn near family at this point. Y'all been with me for the years, okay? Y'all been with me for the years. Some of y'all was there when I got the thing taken out, And bitch, god damn. Shit. Yeah, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, why is like a whole ass party going on up in there and it ain't out of gas, bitch. What the fuck is happening? What? Flatulence and shit. What the hell? And, make your stomach hurt because you try not, especially when you get caught up in situations where you can't get to the bathroom to release yourself, to let it flow, because you don't want to do that. My coworker, she be doing that shit. Like, she don't give a fuck, bitch. She'll be up there on the desk and all of a sudden I hear. Now, I didn't know what it was until my other coworker was like, so, do they be doing that around y'all? Or what? Or did she just do it around me? Because I was like, first of all, I didn't even know. And as soon as she brought it to my attention, girl, I be hearing it all the goddamn time. I'm like, what the fuck? You just don't give a shit. Do you know we can't hear you? I was like, she said, bitch, I don't care. I said, all right. Listen, I care, okay? I care. So I'll go into the bathroom or go outside and do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, girl, holding that stuff in the most inconvenient time, it just be fucking me up so bad. And I be on the desk for like 2 hours, just sitting there like this, legs shaking and everything. Like, I gotta pass gas and I can't because you guys are here. I can't leave the desk yet. Oh my God. Oh, anyway, you guys. Somebody was like, Ashley, bitch, you probably like, Ashley, bitch, you keeping it real. You keeping it a little bit too real, bitch. We ain't asked for all that. I'm tired. bitch. You got me here. I'm trying to make up. Let me get up off of here. Okay. You guys, be safe, be warm, be well, have a good time. Bitch, are we still in Aquarius season? What? Oh, we out of Aquarius season. Okay, what's the next sign? What's the next sign? Hold on. Quit screaming at me. I'm going to find it on my own. Damn, bitch. Oh. Fuck y'all Pisces. Y'all should already know why I can't stand Pisces. Oh, yeah, I'm a bitch that's going to hang on to it, okay? Yeah, bitch. Fuck that bitch and fuck y'all. No, let me stop. It's just fuck that bitch. But anyway, shout out to the Pisces. Shout out to y'all. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Let me get up off here because I feel like y'all cussing me out like, bitch, don't you ever. And what? No, let me stop. I'm sorry.